are back with the 628 BIGFOOT. My BIGFOOT battery here, 12.8 volts, 628 amp hours. And yes, I moved it out of the van and into the cabin here, right next to my freezer here where I usually do my work. So, I'm going to do some connections, hook this thing up, get the laptop set up to do a timer on it, and we're going to see how long this thing will run the freezer and the air conditioner together. So stand by while I get things set up. Okay, everybody. So I've been running my freezer and my air conditioner. It's a 5,000 BTU window air conditioner and a freezer right now for 4 hours non-stop, running constant. And I went from 13.5 volts on the app down to 13.2 volts on the app. This says 12.8, but that's because it's taken into consideration usage by the inverter. But that's besides the point, because the app is usually correct. That's reading the battery, not anything else. It's what the battery has. So it tells me that at its current rate of use, I still have 38.2 hours of runtime in that battery. That is amazing. That means that this battery will run a window air conditioner and a freezer, both running together on this, for 42 hours, give or take. 42 hours. That's a week. Weird. That's a work week. That's amazing. That is a powerhouse and a half, I'll tell you that. I love it. That is totally impressive. And I'm running it all, those two off of this 1500 watt alpha inverter. It's a pure sine wave inverter that I just did a review on. But the king of this show is right there. 12.8 volts, 628 amp hours, 8,038 watt hours. So that's what's going on here. And I'm going to let it run. I'm going to keep it going. I want you to understand here. This is running right now. The only thing connected to this battery is the inverter. Okay, there's no charge coming into this system. It is not being charged in any way, shape, or manner. It started with 100% charge in the battery, and this is what it's been doing. This is it's been running the freezer and the window air conditioner constantly for over 4 hours now. And still going strong. That is impressive. I didn't put the laptop on it because I forgot to charge the laptop. So it's plugged in now charging, but that'll be for a future experiment. But right now, I'm just letting it run like this, and I'm just keeping track of the time on it. So let's let it run a little bit more, and when we get towards the end of the day, I'll show you what we've achieved. I'll give you the time that it's run, what's left in the battery, how long it's supposed to last, and pay attention because along the way you'll see screenshots pop in with the app, the battery app, showing the state of charge of the battery itself and what's going on with that. So That's more accurate than this right here. This is not accurate whatsoever. All right. So I'm gonna put you on hold again, and we're gonna wait to see what happens. Hey everybody, I am back, and I got a little thing to add in here. Notice the voltage is going up. Notice I've got my charger out. So that's a 14.6 volt 20 amp charger, and it's plugged into my cabin electricity, not into the system itself. That'd be kind of redundant, pulling power off of the battery to charge the battery. I may try that just to see what happens, but in the meantime, I want to show you that you'll see screenshots put up here. My cabin voltage batteries are hardly being used at all right now. They're running one of the air conditioners and some of the ceiling fans, and that's besides all the regular stuff in the cabin. But I'm like 99% charged with my cabin power, so I'm in really good shape. So I am running this smaller charger off of the cabin power, just to see adding a 20 amp charge to this battery while it's discharging, what that's going to do. So you'll see on the screen somewhere around here, you'll see another screenshot of the app for this battery and how many hours it says I have left now with that added charge going in. So figure that's a 20 amp charger, and I'm putting 20 amps into the battery while it's discharging. So it says it's discharging only at 4.2 amps at 112 volts. So if that's correct, I'm putting 16 amps back in, or 15.8 amps back into the battery while it's discharging. So I'm ahead of the game. That's the way the math works out anyway. But anyway, I'm going to let this run for an hour or so and see what comes of it. By the way, that battery right there weighs in somewhere in the neighborhood of 160 pounds. And I unloaded it from the van, loaded it onto my cart here, and wheeled it in here by myself. Grrr. There, Hulk, no worry, Hulk strong. All right, everybody. I hope you got a laugh out of that one. I'm going to pause again for a little while. Okay, everybody, I'm back. And this is the next report. It is now 1,647 hours. That's 4:47. So that means that this has been running for 6 hours now, running my freezer and my window air conditioner. Okay, and this is the freezer down here. So the stats right now say on the app, and I will post that here also. Look for the screenshot on it. I'm at 68% of the battery still remaining. I'm at 13.2 volts, which is the same as the last segment that I did. And now I have 109.9 hours left in the battery to run this system, because I have my charger plugged in, running off of the cabin power, not off of the inverter power. Now, just for the last 10 minutes or so, I'm going to pause one more time, and I'm going to unplug the charger from the wall on the cabin, and I'm going to plug it in right here into the inverter. And hopefully it won't put me overdraw on the inverter, because the inverter is running an air conditioner and a freezer right now. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Stand by. I'll be back. Okay, I did plug it in right there as I said, and it's running. And we jumped up to 6.9 amps. Let's call it a 7 amp draw. Running the air conditioner, the freezer, and the charger all at the same time. Redundantly charging the battery as we use the battery to power the charger. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? So anyway, I'm going to let this run for, let's give it half an hour and see what we get out of it. So, stand by one more time. Okay, here we are for the final segment, and it's been an hour, and we are down to 111 volts, 6.7 amps, 12.6 volts left in the battery according to this. But I'll post a snapshot of the what the app says that the battery has. Can't go by an external peripheral because it's using electricity. So that's what the inverter has available. But the battery has more than that. I will post those screenshots for you. In the meantime, that air conditioning sure feels nice. It is nice and cool in here. 100 degrees today outside, but I had air conditioning all day. And it didn't even make me lazy enough to have to take a nap. But, who knows? I can still get lazy. All right, everybody. I want to thank you, but so far, I do have to say that this 12.8 volt, 628 amp hour battery from Watt Cycle is an amazing power source. I nicknamed it Bigfoot, and I'm going to keep calling it that because I think the name fits perfectly. It's a strong and powerful unit. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is G Bear signing off.